Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. Kurt Meisterklotz, back in the garage, working on my GT40 kit car. It's a race car replicas kit car. This episode is all about arts and crafts. I've been working with Bondo and fiberglass. So I'll show you what I've been up to and the products I've been using. Okay, so I was working on the Spider, the roof, in orange there. The cars all came originally right-hand drive, or most of them. And so the windshield wiper mounting was right here. And as you can see, I cut it out. I measured to the center line. And I made another mark over here. And then I grafted in. This is the actual mounting for the windshield wiper. So I just cut it out, moved it over there, being that I'm sitting over there. And came out good, solid. Have to do some body work, but came out good. And then I did my own little modification over here. Trying to show you what I did. I'd marked a 1/4 inch there. And so there's actually a piece of wood there. So I grafted in a piece of wood. Of course, this is the A-pillar. And typically when you get out of the car, you'd put a hand here and kind of hoist yourself up out of the seat. So that puts the load on this A-pillar, and I wanted to make sure it went all the way to the chassis. So I just needed a little bit, and I'll have to sand this down. I just glassed it last night. I'll take it off later and show you what I did. So it was a lot of cutting and trimming and stuff to get it to a nice shape. And then I needed a nice flat surface, to take the load. So anyway, I did that little mod. And then the dash itself, there was a parting line or a mold line right along where you can see where I did the Bondo work. So I hid that line. Wasn't a problem. Worked out pretty good. Smooth. And I'll show you over here the supplies I used. So I went with this USC resin. I talked to the guys at I went to a body shop supply house, and they recommended the mat instead of the cloth. And the mat is this kind of random fiber stuff, easy to cut, easy to work with. Pretty much takes any shape once it's wet with the resin. And so got myself some popsicle sticks, some of these acid brushes, and I just cut about a 1/4 inch off that brush. And then I would take the mat and soak it, but I was dabbing it and making sure that I got all the air bubbles out of it. It worked out good. Wasn't a problem. And they might be wondering what this is. This is parchment paper. The wife's got it in the kitchen. So when I got done with my repair, my fiberglass work, I just put this on there to smooth it all out. And made for a good-looking repair. I'll show you what it looks like in the next part of the video. For the Bondo, they recommended this Evercoat Z-Grip. Comes with a hardener. It's about $50 a tub, and easy to work with. I needed some wood for that A-pillar I did. And you can see that I made several different cuts, looking for the right angle, and it would just fit in there just right and take the load that I could glass in place. So I'll be taking the spider off the car here in a minute, and I'll show you the underside of those repairs. So this is the back side of my repair. Parchment paper made it nice and smooth. Of course, I'll still sand it. Debating, I've got 2 coats or 2 layers of glass on there now. I'm debating whether I should put another one on there or another 2 coats. So it's good. Worked out pretty good. So over here you can see this is actually that block of wood. It's glassed in, and from all sides I glassed it. And I'll have to sand it on this plane here. So if you look down like this, you can see that I have a little bit I can remove. And so that way the load on this A-pillar will go right here to the chassis. It's you can see it better that way. So same thing on the other side. Piece of wood, A-pillar. It fit in there just right. And then I glassed it in 2 coats, pretty much every direction. And I put the parchment paper over there, so it's a pretty good job. This much of it is under the dash, so it won't be seen. And of course, this is the mounting for the spider. And you can see I have to trim just a little bit off. And that way the load from the A-pillar will be going right to the chassis. So a little bit of more stiffness. Some of you guys might have noticed there's an engine stand sitting over there. Yep, I found an engine. Hawk Motorsports had a LS7 out of a 2007 Corvette Z06, and made a deal on it, and it should be coming this way mid to end of December. So that'll be fun. I already have the transaxle, and as luck would have it, my wheel guy just called me, and I got the go-ahead from Forge Line for some wheels to be manufactured. They're like 3 to 4 weeks to get those, or 3 to 4 months to get those things. So anyway, I'll leave some pictures of the wheels I chose, and a picture of the ad for the engine. And that's about all I got for you today. Doesn't seem like I did much, but running around getting the stuff and researching and back and forth on the engine, back and forth on the wheels. Feels good to get those things going. That's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, a question, idea. It's always good to hear from you. And as always, Kurt Meister Klotz saying, keep the shiny side up and your nuts tight.